Welcome. I appreciate OM's willingness to come do this. So let me bring him up here. So can we talk about Allah versus the Christian doctrine of God? Yeah, what's up?
Perfect, man. So I just want to confirm you invited me here, offered me $500, and I
Yep.
said I don't want your $500. I'll come on your platform, although you could have debated me on my TikTok or last night.
Recap. Dyer was going to debate a Muslim on Josie's platform. But turn of events, just like the Lutherans who wish unaliving on Orthodox, decided to make a substitute.
He knows he's going to win. Like, I know he's going to win this debate, right? Everyone knows Jay is going to win a debate against Junior. So I advised with some Muslim brothers and some scholars before this debate. And, I told them, should I do this debate? And they said, absolutely not. But it was a little bit short notice. So I showed up anyway. However, because I do want this debate to happen tonight, I am here with the Orthodox Muslim. And I know, Jay, you've been ducking him for a while. So if you do want to, get this stream out, I would suggest that you debate Orthodox Muslim. How's it
So
going,
you
Jay?
showed up to a debate for me to debate another dude. This is ridiculous.
So again, like he told you, you knew that you challenged him because he's not theologically prepared. You're challenging
No, this
Junior
is a backup. It's a
now,
backup debate. It's a
and
backup debate.
yeah, you challenged
Not what
somebody who's
happened.
completely not on your level, like obviously.
Dyer, so Dyer. Dyer left, and of course, the goat were flooding the comments saying Jay is running, when in fact Jay has a planned debate against Orthodox Muslim.
Okay, well, that was interesting. Beside myself right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this happen before. This happened, I think this happened to Crowder last time I remember seeing somebody do this.
Holy shit.
I'm not surprised. The moment he started his opening, I was like, oh, I know where this is going. Just have to
Either one of them could have stayed and talked to me or defended their point without the other. That was disrespectful to me.
We're sorry, Josie, but we don't deal with But since the Emperor of Byzantium wanted to show the real power of a Wigger, he offered the Orthodox Muslim $500 to come debate right away. It went as well as you can expect for the Muslim. Even Sam Shamoon showed up after, ready to spiritually slay them.
But it's okay because I'm going to show you that I don't back down from a discussion like you. Obviously, you need some preparing to do. But we agreed that we're going to talk Christianity versus Islam.
Sure. Yeah. So can we talk about Allah?
So, so we're going to talk about Christianity versus Islam, right?
Yeah, and that involves Allah, right?
Yeah, of course that involves
Okay.
anything relating to Allah.
So in Quran 42, it talks about Allah not being like anything in creation. So how do you speak about Allah?
I'm still finishing, brother. Thank you so much, man. I know you want to talk about things that you're comfortable with because you see that I'm a bit of a challenge to you, so you don't actually know exactly.
Are you going to answer the question or just talk yourself up?
Can I finish talking? So I'm gonna get a 2 minutes introduction to give my argument, and you're gonna give a 2-minute introduction to give your argument, and then we can go from there. Sound good?
So you don't want to talk about Allah?
No, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna give my argument against you, and you're gonna give your argument against me. That's how conversations work.
Well, I mean, I didn't agree to that, but that's fine. Go ahead.
So you're here because you just want to interrogate me, and then you want to kick me, and me not actually.
Do you want to? So you don't want to talk about Allah?
No, I want to talk about Allah, but I also want to talk about your religion. Are you scared?
Sure. No, I'm not scared, but I don't understand why you can't answer the first question.
I could start, or you could start with a 2-minute introduction, give a quick argument or support for Islam or Christianity, or support for Christianity, argument against Islam, argument against Christianity, support for Islam, and then we could get going.
Yeah, Quran 42 says that Allah is nothing like anything in the created order. And this has caused a lot of conflict in the history of Islam between the different schools, the different Aqidas. Some of these schools believe that Allah can be compared to creatures. other schools consider this to be shirk. They consider it to be idolatry. For example, Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, is in the school that thinks that Allah has a shin, has an uncreated foot, etc. Other schools of Islam would call this absurd, retarded, and stupid. But it all goes back to the fundamental question that in the Quran and in Islamic theology as a whole, Allah is not knowable. And he's not knowable not because of some abstract philosophical doctrine, but precisely because of the way that he's presented in the Quran. He's presented as a totally transcendent being, again, that's said more than once to be nothing like the created order. Yet every description that we have, both of the Quran is a created text. In other words, the book that you have in your hand is a created Quran, and all the terms that are used are analogical. For example, merciful, loving, etc. Although you could debate whether I think loving is used once, but Allah as merciful or whatever, all these terms are analogical in that they relate to created things, just like shins or just like hands. But Allah is nothing like the created order. And so even the concept in your head, the created notion of a shin, the created idea in your head of mercy, bears no semblance, no similarity to Allah. And so these predicates never touch upon their referent. And thus Allah, by his own definition, by his own theology supposedly revealed, is not knowable.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jay Dyer. So everybody could see here that Jay Dyer is already off to a bad start, already manifesting, talking about things that he feels like he's comfortable with, but it's okay. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do Jay Dyer a favor today. I'm going to give the most simple argument against Christianity that you are supposed to know as a level A, grade 1 apologist. And I'm going to show you that even Jay Dyer himself, and he markets himself as the final boss leader of the Ortho Bros. I'm going to show you today in front of your fans that you can't even answer the simplest of objections. So my objection, very simple objection, you should know this, you should laugh at this, is a Dawah script, right? That so he's already giggling and stuff. I'd appreciate it if you didn't giggle in my time, man. Thank you. Yeah, we know your theatrics. So I'm gonna give a simple contradiction. The simple contradiction, according to the genealogy accounts given in the New Testament. You should already know this. The two Gospels, Matthew and Luke. And we'll see if you could even answer a grade A level objection, and we'll see if you could answer it. As for Islam, I would say Islam is true because of the mass transmission of the miracles of the Prophet, prophecies in the Bible that are clear. They're not typological garbage like the ones you believe in about Christ. That's he's a dying, rising Savior, mythological man. God is going to die on a stick. So my simple argument today, and let's see if you could answer it, is there's a genealogy that goes back to Solomon, to David in one gospel, and a genealogy that goes back to Nathan and David from another gospel. So I'd like to know, can this guy stop messaging me? I'd like to know if you could answer that, and yeah, we could get into the conversation now.
Yeah, one of them is dealing with Mary's lineage to show that she fulfills also the Davidic line, and the other one is focusing on the lineage. I don't know why you're laughing. Why are you laughing? You asked me not to laugh. So I mean, it's very easy to find that
the book dialogue now.
The book of no, who said that? We didn't specify that. So
we set 2-minute
we're going by your
open
rules.
Discussion, right?
Well, I mean, I let you set the rules at the beginning. That's fine. You didn't say anything about open discussion after that, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's very easy to find the answer to this question. Many scholars have dealt with this with two different genealogies pertaining to two different houses.
Beautiful. So Jay Dyer has already fell in the trap. He said that one genealogy, and I'm showing you guys that he can't even deal with the simplest grade level objection. He said that one refers to Mary's genealogy and the other refers to Joseph's genealogy. Jay Dyer, can you please show me where it says Mary's genealogy anywhere?
Are you the stupid? Like it has to say that? Where do I need the presupposition?
Says it's Mary's
where do you prove that it has to state that it's Mary? I mean, the
You
book
just
of
said,
Luke,
beautiful.
the book.
You just
Yeah,
made
I
a
didn't
claim.
say that. I didn't say that it had to state that. You said that.
Okay,
How do you know
no,
that it
you
has to
made
state
the
that?
claim that
How
one
do
is
you know that it
dealing
has
with.
to state
Can I
that?
finish? You made the claim, Jay Dyer, and you see you
Yeah,
can't
it's an
even
interpretation.
respond to the most
It's an
basic
interpretation.
objection. You said, Jay Dyer, that
Yeah, this
one
is
is
a
dealing.
known
Can you stop
response.
cutting me off? You said, Jay Dyer, that one is dealing with Mary's lineage.
Yeah, I didn't say it had to specify that, you idiot.
Okay, is one dealing
You
with
said
Mary's
that.
lineage?
Say what?
Is one dealing with Mary's lineage?
Yeah, where does it say?
Okay,
Where? How do you know
show
that
me
it
where
has
you
to
got.
specify that?
Show me where
Your
you got.
argument
Show
presupposes
me
that
where
it has
you got that it's
specific.
dealing with Mary's lineage.
The argument that you're making assumes that it has to explicitly say
Nope.
that. How do you prove that?
The argument that
Yes,
I'm
you are. You
making does
asked me. You
not.
said, where does it say
So
that?
Jay Dyer.
You said, where does
Jay
it say
Dyer.
that? And I'm saying it
Jay
doesn't have to explicitly say
Jay
that because it's
Dyer.
an
Okay.
interpretation.
Okay.
Stop
Cool.
saying my name.
Okay. Cool. Now you see, guys. You see, everybody. What's going on here? Jay
Nobody's
Dyer made a
buying this
claim.
crap, dude.
Let me
This is
finish.
low
Let me
tier
finish.
stuff.
Let me finish. Jay Dyer. It's
I've
already
answered
It's
yours. Are
already
you going to
looking
answer
bad.
mine now?
It's already looking.
Yeah, my
bad.
answer is that your
He
argument.
doesn't
Do
even
you
know
want to
how
hear
to
what?
answer.
Do you want to hear the
level
answer?
one objection.
Do you want to hear the
So,
answer?
Jay Dyer, you made. Let me engage with you,
Do
brother.
you want to hear the answer?
Let
you
me
goober?
engage with you. You just said something. Stop. This is not a zoo, bro. Stop acting like an animal.
Dude, nobody's doing this but you.
All right.
You're the one that's
All
acting
right.
ridiculous.
So you just said
This is how you deflect, and this is how you bring Reddit level
can I engage
arguments.
you, Jay Dyer, or are you gonna keep cutting me off?
Where
Jay
do we
Dyer,
get the idea? All right, if you're not going to let me, if you're not going to let me
You
state
just
this,
spoke.
then it's
You
over.
just spoke. I'm gonna respond now. Like, are you okay, dude?
The problem with the argument
Yo,
is
this
that
guy won't shut up.
you're assuming that it has to specifically state, oh, this is Mary's genealogy. And I'm telling you, that's an interpretation that's very common in conservative and liberal scholars. So why is that even an issue if that's my
Okay,
answer?
now
You
let me
can
respond
disagree
now.
with that.
Now let me
Sure.
respond now. Thank you. So Jay Dyer made a mistake. He hates on Protestants, right? But did you guys know that the earliest interpretation for this being referring to Mary's lineage comes from the 15th century? Wow, we thought Jay Dyer was a patristic scholar and he belongs to the ancient church. And he's using a response that comes from the 15th century that does not predate the 15th century. That's point
You're
number
just
one.
reading
Let
AI
me finish.
scripts.
Let me
You're just
finish.
reading an AI
Let me
script.
finish. You're already getting knowledge gap.
You're reading an AI script. That's not even true.
Let me finish. Point number two. Where does it say Mary's lineage? Because as far as
Are you this ridiculous?
let me finish.
The argument assumes that it has to say, I don't buy
Lord, have
your
mercy on my soul.
Protestant.
Dude, can you
This is
stop
a
cutting me
sola
off?
scriptura argument.
Can you stop
The
cutting
argument
me off?
hinges on something that you can't demonstrate.
Jay Dyer, can you stop cutting me off, man? Like,
your argument
dude,
hinges on something that you can't demonstrate.
This looks terrible on
Nobody's cutting you off. You're just repeating the same point and assuming the thing in question.
that you're cutting me off. Let me engage your point one by one, because I'm burying you right now.
It doesn't have to state it explicitly.
Jay Dyer, stop talking, man.
It doesn't have to state it
Can you stop?
explicitly.
I didn't say it had to state it. Stop cutting me off.
Yes, you did. That was your argument. You said, where does it say that?
Stop cutting me off.
I'm not cutting you off. You're just repeating yourself.
Jay Dyer, can I engage? You don't want to have a conversation.
So are you going to answer my question? So this is my answer.
You do not.
So you're not going to answer my objection. So notice
it's clear
I
already.
spent 5 minutes replying to him.
Yo, he doesn't.
He's not going to answer my. Are you not going to answer my question? So you're not going to do the one for one.
I'm engaging what you said. You said it.
So you're not going to do one for one.
You said it doesn't have to state it. I'm answering, dude.
Correct.
Relax.
Correct.
It's Hale, brother. It's okay. All right. So Jay Dyer, in trying to respond to a level one argument, he's already failed from the start. Because if you were smart and read in the patristics, you would at least quote the answer that Julius Africanus gives, because that's your best bet.
You're just citing AI. You haven't read the church fathers.
Let me finish. But you didn't even know about that. You said,
by the way, what does it matter?
Let me finish.
That doesn't matter what Julius Africanus says.
You see why I don't want to come to your panel?
All right, this is why this is a waste of time. You're not going to answer.
Are you going to let me talk?
What does one church father even matter in this dispute? What does that matter?
I didn't say one church father mattered. You just cutting me off.
Then why are you citing him?
You're talking faster than you could think because you're cut. So just hear me out.
There's nothing to be caught in because you haven't done any argumentation yet.
Jay,
it's irrelevant to proving anything.
Because you already look bad. Even Sam Shimon here was
listening. Nobody is buying this, but you're low tier people.
So let me answer you now. You claimed, because I said the contradictories or the genealogies are contradictory, you said, well, no, they're not contradictory because one, you made an affirmation. You asserted that one is referring to Mary's lineage. Now it is upon you to substantiate that one is talking about Mary's lineage, although the plain reading of the text connects it to Joseph and not Mary. So now I ask you, please
Because they're
substantiate
both
your
from the
claim that
house
this
of
is
David,
Mary.
you idiot. They're both from the house of David. Everyone knows this.
Can you prove that
And
Mary's
how
from
do
the
you know
house of
what
David?
how do you know what the plain reading is? I don't believe there are
Oh,
plain readings of text.
oh, you don't know? Okay, so when it says,
How do you know what the plain reading is?
It's very easy. I got you.
How do you know what
Are
the
you a
plain reading
monkey or
is?
something? Are you good? Yeah,
I'm making fun of you. How do you know what the plain
did not
reading
land,
is?
bro. So now
So you've not answered
I'm
any of my
answering you. You
questions.
said, how do I know what the
How do
plain
you know
reading
the
is?
plain reading?
You just asked
How
me
do
a
you know?
question. I'm about to answer. You said,
How do you know the plain reading?
Dude, are you okay? Do you have mental issues?
So you
You
can't
asked,
answer this.
how do I know the plain reading?
Yeah.
I am now
On what
answering.
epistemic criteria?
I know the plain reading because there are readings when it comes to language, when it comes
Because
to
there's readings
context.
from language.
There are
So you're
so
T-jump.
this guy.
The plain
you don't
reading
want to
is the
talk.
readings from
So
the
J Dyer,
language.
you don't
And
want
the
to
language
talk.
is the
J
plain
Dyer.
reading.
It looks bad, man. Now you're doing
So
Indian
you know the
sounds.
plain reading by the
So
readings of language?
J Dyer
That's
is
a
now doing
circle.
Indian sounds.
Is that a
Now
circular
J
argument?
Dyer is doing Indian sounds
All you
while
do is
trying to have a
repeat names. Is
conversation.
that a circular
So
argument?
J Dyer wants to do
So
Indian
Dyer,
sounds instead of talk.
so
Yeah.
Bro, are you
Keep
caught in
doing
a loop?
Indian sounds. I
Are
know
you
your
having a
ortho
spur
bro
go?
cuck followers are gonna eat it up.
So this
Because
is
you
all
don't
you have.
actually
So
want to
again,
discuss.
so you got caught on a stupid philosophy
Can I
mistake.
respond to
Look
you
at
instead
you.
of you doing
Look at
Indian
you melting
sounds?
down. Look at you melting down.
Am I gonna
How do you know the
respond to
plain
you?
reading?
So are we actually gonna
How
talk?
do you
Jay?
know the plain reading?
I'm about to answer. Shut up. Lord have mercy. Be
Oh, like
quiet.
yeah, look at you meltdown. What's the
You
answer?
just said, how do I know the plain reading?
Right.
When it comes to language, when we're reading a sentence, there are sentences that are clear and unequivocal.
So
and
the
there
clear
are
is what's
sentences.
clear.
Dude, are you gonna
You're a
keep cutting me
retard.
off?
You just melted down over a basic
You just cut
philosophical
me
question.
off again. It
So
looks
the
bad.
clear reading is
It
the
looks
clear.
it looks bad again, J Dyer.
No, everyone's
as soon
laughing
as
at
I
you
start
because you
answering,
made a T-jump mistake. Reality is reality.
You keep cutting me off. If I made a mistake, then wait your turn, J Dyer. You suck.
Oh,
at
you made a
this.
mistake. So now
Yeah,
you're
if
admitting you got an error.
I know you
messed up?
suck at this, J Dyer. So wait
So
for me.
you admitted that you made a mistake?
If you think I made a mistake, then wait until I'm finished, J Dyer. So we're already being sophists here.
How do you know the plain reading?
I was in the middle of answering before
You said you
started
read it
acting
plainly.
like a chimp.
You said you
and
read
cut
it.
me off. Stop acting like a chimpanzee and let me finish.
How do you
my
know the
answer.
plain
How about
reading
that?
other than reading? So it's just reading.
You can I finish, bro?
Eat.
Can I finish? Yeah, we knew you
We're
weren't
waiting.
actually gonna go through with the debate, bro. We knew.
We're waiting.
Everybody knew. So you said, how do I know the
No,
plain
we're gonna
reading?
do the debate. I'm gonna destroy
Hey
you
bro,
on Sneako's channel too.
Are we gonna keep doing this? Are we gonna keep playing around?
You said I won't do the debate. Here we are doing it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna do it on
Are you
Sneako's
gonna
channel
keep
too, you
cutting me
idiot.
off, doing Indian sounds, being a chimp instead of talking?
You haven't answered any questions.
I was in the middle
you said
of
the
answering.
plain reading
I was
is
in
reading.
the middle of answering when you started pimping
No, you
out
didn't. You
like
just
a
said it's
hooligan.
reading.
Are you
Okay,
gonna?
and it's what?
Am I gonna get to
What is
finish
the plain
and
reading?
answer
How
now?
do you know it?
You repeating
know
the
what the
question
plain? What's
doesn't
the
mean that I
criteria?
wasn't in the middle of answering. So Jay Dyer, I offered you the grace to come on your platform, so be respectful of my time, please. I don't want your $500.
Stop yapping.
I don't want your $500. But every time I start answering, please don't cut
What
me
is
off.
the answer?
Yo, Jay Dyer, do it
yapping.
one more time and I'm out of here.
Yo, Jay Dyer.
Yeah, one
What's
more
the
time.
answer?
You cut me off one more time.
Reading is reading.
You're not getting the debate
reading is
anymore.
reading. You read the read the clear one
So
with
I'm
the reading.
I'm gonna start answering now, Jay Dyer. You said, how do I know what the plain reading is? This is sophism at its finest.
No, it's not. It's epistemology.
Why are you cutting me off already? What is wrong
because you're
with
lying.
you?
It's not sophistry.
All right, Jay Dyer. One more time, Jay Dyer. And I'm out of here.
Nobody's scared of your threats. Or one more time or what?
How do I know the plain reading?
Sure.
Now I'm answering. I have to call out every time I'm answering so you don't cut me off.
Yeah, you're typing on ChatGPT.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Have a good day. Enjoy your day, man.
Look at him run. Look at him run. What an idiot. So you notice when it comes to basic philosophical questions on his live stream, he was bragging about knowing epistemology. And so when it comes to epistemology, we go into that domain. Oh, well, you just go to the plain reading of the text. And notice I asked him a clear question at the beginning about Allah having no similarity to creatures. He totally wanted to avoid that, didn't want to go there. So all he does is yap. You saw him run away. So that's what we get with these guys. See, I knew this was going to be a disaster. He's going to come here, talk all this shit, and then run away. Sam, you want to unmute
Okay.
or
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
go ahead?
Yeah, I know he tried to use me against you. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I said, you're going to waste your time with him, but nonetheless, it's interesting. He's trying to go to Julius Africanus because of Luke 3. What was his argument about the genealogy and how to get to the genealogy?
Oh, just the classic sort of Reddit argument that they contradict. And I'm like, well, I mean, there's plenty of videos. I know you've even done several videos on this about how, yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of address it, but I'm just curious. What did that got to do with your topic, though? I thought it was a filioque.
No, he wanted to come and discuss any arguments, and he would only discuss if I let him say anything, and then I ask him anything.
Oh, I see.
So I asked him about Allah's similarity to creatures. He asked me about the genealogy.
I see. So he was harping on the genealogies. They're contradictory?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do I say to them if I show him that within the context of Luke itself, the focus is on Mary, not on Joseph?
That's what I said.
So obviously, if you're going to read it contextually, Joseph is going to stand in the place of Mary because even the Islam acknowledges, and the earliest tradition states, Mary is an only child. We know this. And as the only child, Joseph is going to be the one who stands in the place
Right.
representing her father's line. But obviously, he doesn't want to read it sympathetically. He wants to read it in a fashion in order to make a contradiction exist between Matthew and Luke.
Well, he actually said, yeah, he actually said that Luke has to specifically say, quote, this is Mary's genealogy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously, he's got to go that route because he has to find a problem in the New Testament in order to pit the writers against themselves to destroy their credibility. This is why the Islamic dilemma would work wonders against them. But nonetheless, my question to these Muslims would be this: since the Messiah has to be from the line of David, Quranically speaking, how is Jesus from the line of David, since you acknowledge a virgin birth? Now, I can't share the link here. I have a link where the Muslim scholars actually attributed, guess which gospel accounts lineage to Mary. I have it here, but I don't know.
Probably
I'll
Luke.
send it to you. Wait, I'll send it to
I'm
you.
assuming Luke.
Well, here, guess what? Here it is. Here's the link. I sent it to you in your, sorry, man, my voice is under the weather because, the heat. Did you see it? I sent it to you in your DM.
Yeah, I'll link it right underneath this chat.
Yeah,
right
let me read to you. This comes from the history of Al-Tabari. Okay, let me read this. If it's okay, do you mind if I read it?
No, please do.
Okay. According to Ibn Humayd, Salama, Ibn Ishaq, as far as I could learn from her lineage, Mary was the daughter of Imran. Now, note, according to the Quran, chapter 66, verse 12, Mary's father is Imran. I want everyone to listen to this. I want you to catch this and listen to this because I want you to see the huge embarrassment and blunder of the Quran. Guys, I want you to note her father's name is Imran. That's 6612. Even the Muslim historians, when they want to give a lineage of Jesus's mother, they say her father's Imran. Chapter 19:28. I want all the ortho bros whom now I love you guys. I love you guys, man. Can you give me an honorary badge so I can be an ortho bro too? May the orbs be with all of you. But anyway, in chapter 19, 27, 28, Mary is said to be the sister of Aaron. Follow the logic here. Mary, daughter of Imran, sister of Aaron. Chapter 19, 27, 28. In chapter 3, verse 35, 36, Jay, Mary's mother is the wife of Imran. Now, the only Mary who has a brother named Aaron and a father named Imran is the sister of Moses. Exodus 15:20, Numbers 26:59, we're told Miriam, Hebrew Miriam, and by the way, in Arabic, Mary's called Miriam, the sister of Aaron, and we're told Numbers 26:58, 59, that Amram, which would correspond to Imran, Amram, his wife Yochebed, gave birth to his children, Miriam, Aaron, and Moses. So the only Miriam who has a father named Imran, a brother named Aaron, is the sister of Moses. So the Quran thinks that Moses is Jesus' uncle. So I'll have a field day with that one. But now let me read what Tabari says. Mary was the daughter of Imran, son of Josiah, son of Ammon, son of Manasseh, son of Hezekiah, son of Ahaziah, son of Jotham, son of Azariah, son of Amaziah, son of Joash, son of Ahaziah, son of Joram, son of Jehoshaphat, son of Asa, son of Abijah, son of Rehoboam, son of Solomon. They actually mixed the details of Matthew genealogy, because that's what they're getting their information, and attributed to Mary. So I want you to see they took parts of Matthew's genealogy and not only ascribed it to Joseph, but garbled it up and ascribed it to Mary. So if I go with the Muslim historians, the names listed in Matthew's genealogy that connect Jesus through Joseph to David, they garbled it up and now ascribed it to Joseph and Mary. This is History of Al-Tabari, English translation, volume 4, The Ancient Kingdom, pages 103, 104. So if he has a problem with the genealogies of Matthew and Luke, at least we have genealogies. We can harmonize them. But he doesn't want to accept harmonization. That's why I don't waste my time. I go back to the Islamic dilemma. But I want to know the Muslim Jewish Messianic dilemma. For Jesus to be the Messiah, according to Jewish tradition, based on scriptures, he has to be the son of David. How is he the son of David? And how can you prove it from your Quran? You can't do that, can you? Now, can I read one more?
Sure.
Okay. This again comes from Tabari. It says that Mary, daughter of Imran, from the family lineage of David. How? I want them to prove to you, Jay, that Mary, the sister of Moses, who would become the maternal uncle of Jesus, how is she connected to David? I would like to know that. Can they give you a genealogy? They can. But we know Jesus has to be a descendant of David. And even here, Ibn Kathir contradicts himself. In one place, Ibn Kathir will say that Mary is from the line of David, but then contradicts himself elsewhere because the Quran is garbled, and then will ascribe her lineage to that of Aaron. But here I want you to see what Ibn Kathir says regarding Mary making Jesus a descendant of David and a descendant of Abraham, even though you're supposed to trace your lineage from your father's side, but he's exceptional. This is from Ibn Kathir, his commentary on chapter 3, verse 33. Allah states that he has chosen these households over the people of the earth. For instance, Allah chose Adam. Let me skip to the relevant part. Allah also chose the household of Imran, the father of Maryam, bint Imran, daughter of Imran, the mother of Isa. So Isa is from the offspring of Ibrahim. How? From his mother. So I would like to know, since they nitpick on the Gospels, I like to know, can you demonstrate to us from your Quran, how is Jesus a descendant of Abraham and David when he has a mother? What evidence can you give to confirm as Messiah his royal lineage to David? Stop nitpicking on the Gospels. Focus on your Quran, which cannot exist apart from the Bible, because the Quran assumes the prior knowledge of the scriptures and the traditions of the Jews and Christians, which is why it cannot tell you why Jesus is the Messiah. I would like the answer to that. Why is he the Messiah? What is the Messiah? How do you know? You can't go to my Bible when it's convenient to bail out your Quran and then attack my Bible because it contradicts the Quran, proving Muhammad is an antichrist. It's not going to work.